And we know that our minister at some point, Brother Jabril asked him in the famous page 217, Closing the Gap, you know, why were there 6 women and 1 man around Jesus on the cross, where he was made to appear weak and helpless? Jesus said, this night I'm going to offend all of y'all, you know? So it's just a lot. So I'm saying all that, y'all, because like, for me, I'm thinking about one of the things the minister said to us. He said that we had to go get our youth before the unthinkable happened. And when he said that, I remember I got chills. It went through me. Because I didn't know what the unthinkable was, because of course it's unthinkable. I couldn't think it. But now we have a graphic representation of what the unthinkable looks like. If you on social media and you see all these dead babies coming in, and now we're starting to see.
Give me 1 second.
And what the price of freedom looks like, what the price of disentangling ourselves from Satan can look like. I mean, we could do Dianetics, but maybe we ain't want to. You know, the twerking was popping and the club was on, so now we got to be disentangled in another manner. We were warned to get our people. So as this year closes out, we wanted to do something very strong for our people. So we're having our 2nd grand unveiling. We have, I think now, 64 portraits from around the world of murder victims right here in our local community. The artists painted. We're surprising parents with them. We've rewritten the narrative because, as Brother Luke Ma pointed out earlier, the minister saying that he who gives you the diameter of your thinking controls for you the circumference of your activity. So we wanted to interject a new thought, right? We did our first one on the Holy Day of Atonement last year. We dropped our murder rate 90%. We had 2 murders in the last 14 months for our entire city. In 5 days, it'll be 15 months, you know, and that is the application of the teachings. I didn't want to just be a hearer of the word. I wanted to figure out how to do with the word. And that's what we're doing. And so we're looking for auditors, Sister Angela. We audit the parents. We have the big unveiling on Saturday. On Sunday, we audit the parents. I think we got 13 auditors so far, but we have something like 50-something parents, and they're coming in.
Praise be to Allah. Allahu Akbar.
They be on the phone and they be asking me, can I bring my son? Can I bring my daughter? I mean, I need it, but they ain't been the same. See, we got something that we can help our people with, you know, and it's like, you know, I need help, y'all. I need help. I need somebody to help me because I can't receive all of these parents. They come in clutching the photographs, clutching the portraits, trying to squeeze some life back into themselves through the image. I mean, auditors. So if you know anybody anywhere near Alabama that might travel, it's very worthwhile work. I had one brother once tell me, oh, auditing for murder, that's low-hanging fruit. Good, let's come and pull this low-hanging fruit. You'd be surprised. I'm going to say this last little thing. We have a book that we're publishing this Saturday with the stories of all of the murder victims that we could do. We have several final call writers. I set out with this. We put a call out to the schools, the superintendent, the universities, journalists, the National Association of Black Journalists, and I was a plea. Would you please come and help me? I have some students who would interview the parents and rewrite the narratives. And the only people who answered were Brother James Muhammad of the Final Call. He brought a few of those writers with him and the other students who work with my group. Nobody else had time. So we wrote 25 of them. But you got to hear how different it is to hear your children's stories read with respect. When you hear about the murder of a Black person, this is right on what you were talking about today. Victim identified, so-and-so found on such and such street. We don't know who did it. If you know, call us. Nigga, back.
Mm.
Do you know what that has been doing to our national psyche? This is why when you hear it on the news, you turn the channel or turn it off or shut it out.
Mhm.
And it means nothing. But when those white children was killed in one of them in Detroit, they had a week-long docu-series on each child because a child had been murdered, and we could not let that go back.
Mm.
I know when death has passed and you come into life, but you got love for your brother and love for your own. You got to hear these. We'll have a link for Brother Luke mine, and please share it with your group if you would like to hear. You know, y'all, you'd be surprised when he see my minister. I'm following a man who said that he gives voice for the voiceless, right? We ain't have a voice. The reason you fell in love with Farrakhan, one of them, because he's your voice. Mm-hmm. Can't nobody turn him off. He speaks your pain. When you see these mothers and nobody cares. Oh, your son was a thug. Your son was this. Your son was that. When my writers interview these mothers, the mothers aren't allowed to talk about murder. You know what they ask him? When did he take his first step? And you see a smile. What was his favorite food? What was this? What was that? It's like auditing.
Take them on a time trying to do something.
And then the story that's presented, we have writers that do poems. We have writers that do spoken word. We have writers that just do wonderful journalistic work. But it is us reclaiming our narrative. It is actually a very profound military maneuver. If you are paying attention to what's going on around us, you see a nation losing its ability to control the narrative. Mm-hmm. But it didn't start with them. It started with us. When do we reclaim our narrative?
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? So that's primarily what you're going to hear. The mothers need enlightened witnesses, not just reading their story out to the rabbits and the chickens in the barn. They need to know that people who can understand and feel are hearing their stories and giving them some affinity. It don't take as much as it seemed to breathe life back in the people. And then what you will see, as it said in the end of Malachi, he says, you know, behold, I will send you Elijah, the prophet. He will, before the great and dreadful coming of the Lord. Then it says, he will turn the hearts of the children back to the fathers and the hearts of the fathers back to the children, lest I come and smite the earth with the curse. Well, we see the curse is here. That's happened. Is it possible to lift the curse then by returning our hearts towards one another? When our murder rate dropped, that was evidence that the curse had been lifted up. And this is what we can do because we're scientists. We're student scientists with supreme wisdom. So we have an open invitation for anybody to come and work it out with us. And Sister Patricia Muhammad is on the call with us, and she's actually coordinating the auditors to audit these parents. And we need them, y'all. Look, I got calls that I'm scared to make. I got to finish calling these parents, but they want to be audited. I don't have to convince nobody because they know us and they felt what we did for them. They like that woman just wanting to touch the hem of Jesus's garment. Their faith have already made them whole. All I need is an auditor to audit to get the win. So that's it. Thank you, Brother Luke Mine.
Thank you, Brother Scott. Oh, ever, brother. I'm there. I'm sitting, when I spoke to you earlier, just making my arrangements for Savior's Day. I'm looking at my schedule and I'm like, man, I might just have to rent a car and just suck it up and just road trip. As much as I don't like driving, I just have to leave out early, brother. But I'm gonna try to figure out something.
And we're still raising money. I got a couple people to beg from, because we're doing some Airbnbs, and I want to help people who are good enough to volunteer their time to defer some costs. We've been trying to get the church to, stand up with us, but they need some more stand up in their church. We have to resurrect them. They don't know that they need us, because we come in and we're honest about the fact that we're learning something, and just their own. There's no what do you call it? Racism rundown. They got rundowns for everything but racism. So they stuck. They don't know what to do. So they working themselves out of blessings that they could have, and really out of certain relevances. We'll leave that alone. But I'm just saying, man, yeah, we if you can make it, brother, we will be able to defer some things and help in some ways.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you, Brother Scott. Sister Angela.
Yes, sir. I praise be to Allah, I commend you. I have an affinity for Alabama because both of my parents are from Montgomery and Tuscaloosa, Birmingham.
Oh yeah.
All up in there. I wanted to know, one, have you all considered, or are you doing virtual?
We will be showing this.
I'm talking about your auditing, at least.
No. So it was decided that no auditing will be virtual. All of the supervisors and all of the people who know much more about auditing than I do had decided that, because if there's a problem, they can just hang up and now they got a problem. So they want it all to be in person, the auditing part. But the minister told me that for the actual events, he told me just do my stuff virtual so that I can circumvent other kinds of problems. So this will be live streamed. It's of a necessity. We do have some in-person engagement because they got to come get their portraits. But we're keeping that small and live streaming the rest.
I asked I know this came up nationally. This was a national thing, especially given COVID. A lot of us turned into FaceTime and Zoom for straight wiring, and I actually have audited. If you consider bringing it back to whomever you need to bring it to, you can create the space. Not have them do it at home, create the space and put one or two supervisors in that space that can monitor how it's going virtually. Just like with a seminar full of people, and you have your supervisors present. I cover a lot of ground virtually. I audit people from California to Louisiana, Florida, just about all over the nation. I think I even went in the UK because the need is so great. That's the first part of it I wanted to say. The second, I'm in Paterson, New Jersey, and I believe last year, this was, if it wasn't number one, it was number two as murder capital, Black on Black crime. So I have a lot of that dynamic here where we have just this year, one of the young men had a bad day. He was just having a mental break, and the cops went and killed him in the house. So I just spoke to his mother 3:00 in the morning the other day on the phone. So it tested my skills as an auditor because I can't, fly 1,000 miles, whatever the case may be, but it made me such an effective person to straight wire that at least get them through the night where they can go and get some help the next day. So I would probably reconsider, because I have a few. I mean, I am the AC for New Jersey, so I would have more than a few that would be of use in the program. If you can create the space where they can come in and do some type of virtual thing, because they can get on one Zoom like we are right now. Zoom has a feature where they can go in each rooms. Just one person in the auditor can be in each room, so you can have one platform, and people can separate and go get some release, some reduction in the anger.
We thank you, Sister Angela.
Praise
We actually, that's how we started, was with self-analysis. I think that's how I met you, Brother Luke Meyer,
Yes, sir.
and Sister Shayla. We were doing self-analysis, and we were doing straight wine. We were learning how to do that, and we did that by the Zoom. But I was, all of those who advised me were pretty adamant against auditing by Zoom. That being said, I do have Sister Patricia Muhammad on the line. And what I would like to do is if you all could exchange numbers, and perhaps tomorrow, we could get some of your time, Sister Angela, and we can kind of like maybe, because I just tell you the truth. If it got any kind of chance of working, I'm with it. Because these are the people in my neighborhood. I see them all. They never out of my mind.
Right.
So if I know what they're going through and what they're dealing with. So if there's a chance that we can pull some thorns out of people's minds, I would be with it. And it just, but I'm not going to step on Sister Patricia Muhammad's toes. One, because she's in charge, and two, she's been taking some lookers. And I don't bother people who take some lookers. So I give her 50 feet. So however she say it, that's
yes. I'll guess I inbox you right now, Sister Patricia. I will say this, according to L. Ron Hubbard, a properly given session will never cause more harm. It will actually give some release. One, and two, you can, like, I created a certain criteria. When I know a person is a certain amount of comfortable with me, that's when I can do a FaceTime or a Zoom auditing. I won't just do it to a perfect stranger. So that may be some data to help also.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
And I guess if Mr. Hubbard can audit from behind the grave through self-analysis, that maybe we could consider modern technology being of some use. But I'm still a very student auditor. I don't even have my all my credentials. I got to have a supervisor to ask the questions. So, that's just me talking. But that's what kind of came to my mind.
Sister Patricia, can you inbox me, because there's actually two, so I don't know which one is which.
I can give you my phone number.
Okay.
And in the hood, they call her Patty Mo. Just that's only in the hood. In the class, she's Sister Patricia.
I'll add this one thing real quick. When my mother passed last year, Brother Robin called me up the next day and straight wired me over the phone. And I think I only dropped a tear once after my mother passed, because Brother Robin worked his magic and it took the sting out of my mother's passing. So it is possible.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But the auditing and the straight wire are different things, but I know you can, it does work. You can do it because it worked for me.
Yes, sir.
Well, at this point, I'm like the beggar. I can't really be choosy about that. If we can set up some space, because I got some moms right now that, like, I can feel them. like with my mind, I can feel them in this moment. I haven't called them to set nothing up because I don't want to double book. And every single one of them got a horrible need. I got a mother, 26 years old. Her baby was a national case. Camille Cupcake McKinney. That was a 3-year-old that was, kidnapped and drugged and sexually abused and, the whole nine. It took us 9 days to find the baby decomposed in the trash can, and then the internet turned on the mother and started rumors. She's a very beautiful young sister, and she's, she very strong. She pulled through that. But I know what she carrying with her. Davion Thomas' mother, he's 4 years old. We got a lot in our neighborhoods. But the point is, this is an effective demonstration. It's not just auditing. We have all of our, what we call them ministries. You'll discover as you work your ministry out that it's actually an institution. And when you have those institutions rotating, these spheres within spheres, you get a different kind of liftoff. You see things different. The Black man is blind because the two ways you see is one through marriage and the other through government. We don't have authentic marriages or governments. Why the Black man blind? But if you can get that government eye working, a one-eyed man is king in the land of the blind. You get that government eye working, you can facilitate marriages, authentic marriages, not these pimp hoe deals that masquerade as marriage. A unit, a war unit that produces institutions, marriage, smallest unit of government. So yeah, I'm sorry. Let me go on because I'm supposed to be working. But
I was just waiting for her phone number.
I'm sorry, Sister Angela. I
It's
talked
okay.
your ear.
I mean, I got you full. You full, and just like we are told, and I have to tell myself in order this, we have to make sure we have a release also. We get it out, we vent, because we are not, we're not exempt for care because we care, and in care we got carry. We carry stuff back with us. We have to vent. We have to get it out also. So I think I at least get straight wired once a week at least.
I hate to speak to a lie. Yes, ma'am.
Sister Angela, I just sent my telephone number in the chat.
Okay, yes, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Sister Shayla, I saw your hand go up there.
No, I was just reminded why we love Brother Scott, because of his humanities for our people.
Praise be to Allah. Thank you, Sister Shayla. All right, brother. Thank you, Brother Luke.
Brother, thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Brother Scott. Sister Erica, she hovering in the background. She's not.
Yeah, she's on crunch time. She's working on the program book and the Project Life Affirmations book and the live. She's doing about 5 things. I'm sitting here.
You're sitting there and she's doing all the work. Is that what it is?
Yeah. So like she gotta send it to me to proofread. So I'm kind of in the bottleneck, and that's why I was able to get on tonight. I said, let me go. Sister Angela, I came on to get some release.
There you go.
Yeah.
And nationally, we do count this brother as a straight wire. We've been told that we can count it. Yes, sir.
You get straight wire hours from this, Brother Scott.
Yeah, man. But no, it's real talk. It's processing.
Yes, sir.
So you took us on a journey, and everybody on the train, added to it. Even the people who don't say nothing, you'd be surprised, y'all. It's called an enlightened witness.
Mm-hmm.
Can't overstate that. You'll see, we had a mother whose son was murdered in 2002. Nobody had ever came to her. Not the police. They prosecuted the murder or processed the murder, but nobody had acknowledged her. you know? So we validate one another, you know, just listening to the story. And she know that you're conscious and present, and you hear her story and you acknowledge her, you lift her. So like there are group engrams lifting off our city. And what we want to do is just demonstrate what it looks like. One, if all your ministries work together on one
What
thing,
happened?
So they
Just
canceled the
your
other one.
group operations, closer to the dream. If everybody here,
Booked the wrong
you know,
date, so
you ain't over there
they
doing the
made
bake
a
sale for the art. And
it was 386.
see everybody
or some
working on the
change.
same
They
thing.
gave me full
Mhm.
refund. They gave me a
And most, in
10%
fact,
coupon.
Patterson, New Jersey, you got brother
So,
Christopher
I
Fabor
booked
Muhammad out
The
there.
right dates, and it's
Yes, sir.
284.
He's one of the artists on the
Hallelujah.
project. He
Yes, sir.
did,
So we get our
the
car
young
Thursday
man
morning,
that
we
he
on the
rendered,
road again.
I was the second person to his body.
All right, so I'm a,
They have blew this
Well,
boy
the
up
30-minute
with
drive.
a series of
I ain't worried about
guns.
30 minutes.
I mean, blew his back
Stop
out,
at,
you know? And,
it's not Quick Check, what is it called down there?
I don't know, they have
somehow
quick
tried
tips
to
and-
twist out the car and his, you know, they
30
wear their
minutes.
pants sagging and his pants got caught on the
I'll
stick
call
shift.
Brother Scott,
And
let
he
him know we
twisted
are,
out the car and just, they're like a dog.
It's
It's
in
like,
Auburn.
nah, man.
Holiday Inn.
His brother
Select.
was also
in
shot.
Auburn.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
I had to
Well,
render
I'll-
first
I'll-
aid to him and do the crowd control because we
Okay.
were in the project. About 100 people came out. It was almost a shootout.
So, see
You
how
know.
loud,
It was 386
Christopher
plus
did
change, now it's
that
280
portrait.
something plus change.
And
See how loud
his
works?
aunt, because his grandmother passed.
$100
his
difference
aunt
kind of based on a
received
mistake.
the portrait. She's never seen it.
That's what old,
I don't
that's
even
what
know
old
if she
folks do.
know that she
No,
received the
it's- I'm-
portrait. She
You
just,
know, you're
they
still getting
interviewed her
contacts in,
with the
so my
life
eyes
affirmation,
getting
so
adjusted.
she'll come out to hear the reading
I can't
on
explain
the
it.
life
She
of this
seemed
young
like
brother.
I can see a
and
lot
it'll be a
better, but
veil.
it's still.
And we'll tell her to lift
I
the veil
can't
and it'll be the
explain it.
image.
Come on, Joe.
Because like,
Phil,
when,
Go ahead.
when these
Put
mothers
us in
come
mouth.
to us,
go ahead.
and I'm the point person.
You gotta say the
when they
word.
talk to me, the first thing they talk about
He
is
jumped.
the night they got the call.
He jumped anyway. So what'd you say?
And then they have to go and identify the body. And you have to pull back a sheet. And there's her baby. In that moment, this poor woman was at work or in the bed sleep or whatever she was doing. It's a surprise, you know. So the way we organize this is that when they come in, it's a surprise, but this time instead of an evil surprise, they lift the veil and underneath is full color, you know, a beautiful image of their loved one in life to replace that very evil image of their child dead. You know, so it's a lot to this. And we can do this, we work this as a process. That means that you can do this in any city and get the same result. So I'm 1000% interested, Sister Angela, and you having this in your city. And in about 2 weeks, I will be back in New Jersey myself. I'll be in Morristown.
Yes, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Hey, family.
Excuse me, what date is this gonna take place in Alabama? I didn't hear that.
That's December the 16th for the unveiling and December the 17th for the auditing.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, family. That is it, dear family. We will go ahead and close it out in prayer. Hopefully everyone has exchanged the numbers, exchanged the data, and we can
Yes, sir.
jump off for a whole nother, this is a whole nother part to the process now, Brother Scott.
Yes, sir.
I think this is an answer to a dilemma.
Thank you, brother. You, man.
By Allah's grace, brother. I can't
Yes,
take
sir.
credit. I'm thankful to Allah that we can make it happen and hopefully provide a solution to the dilemma and get our family audited, because that's why the minister had us do this training.
Yes, sir.
So, I'm gonna close it out, and then Brother Scott, I'm gonna give you a call afterwards.
Okay.
And then I gotta figure out how I'm gonna make this happen as far as my travel. So, that being said and done, family, let us go ahead. Sister Angela, would you give us the honors?
Yes, sir. Attention prayer. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. In the most holy name of Allah, the beneficent, the most merciful. All praises due to Allah, Lord of all the worlds, the beneficent, the most merciful, Master of this day of judgment now which we live in. Thee alone do we serve, and thee alone do we beseech for thine aid. O Allah, guide us along the straight path, the path upon whom thou hast bestowed thy favors, and not the path upon whom wrath is brought down upon, nor those who go astray. After they've heard thy teachings, say he, Allah is one, and Allah's whom is a dependent, whom we all depend on. He neither begets nor is he begotten. There is none like unto him. I bear witness that nothing and no one to serve no worship beside Allah, who came divine person of Master Father Muhammad, to whom praise is due forever. I bear witness that the most honorable Elijah Muhammad is the exalted Christ, the last apostle. And I further bear witness that the honorable minister Louis Farrakhan is divine comforter and guide, Messiah in our midst. And we thank you, Allah, for coming yourself. We thank you, Allah, for proving your power and making your word bond and retrieving your own unto yourself. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, family.
Thank you, family. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum
Wa
assalam.
alaikum salam.
Like,